Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 2 of Those Were the Days. Now, if you're a little confused, that's what I call Archie Bunker, or All in the Family. I usually call it Archie Bunker because he's typically the main player in the show. He's usually the super racist one as well. So, him and Meathead usually bump heads. If you guys haven't seen Season 1 yet, go ahead and go find it. It is on streaming on a few different streaming things. And go and watch my playlist of Those Were the Days. I will link that up here and probably at the end of the video. So don't worry about jumping over there quite yet. I'll have it linked in the little boxes down here at the end of the video for you. So with that being said, we are excitedly jumping into Season 2 because you guys asked for it. So here we go. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Oh my, that's the 11th time I've been up and down those stairs this morning.
I don't know why you do it, Ma. I know Oscar's a guest, but...
Oscar. That's a new character, Oscar.
Where is your father anyway?
Oh, Oscar got up early, came down and grabbed Archie's sports section, and he went back to bed, so Archie had to go out and get another paper.
Oh, I bet that made him mad.
He does not like you messing with his paper.
There was one other relative that aggravated your father-in-law like that.
Okay.
Kind of a tall fella with reddish hair and real large earlobes.
Okay.
And warts on his right hand.
Okay.
That he used to wear a glove to cover.
Ma, that's Cousin Oscar.
Whoops.
That's right.
Edith's being Edith again.
He just don't wear the glove no more.
Right.
Oh, Archie, there you are. You had to get another paper.
No, Edith. I had to go out and inspect the traffic lights. Don't walk, don't walk. No.
Don't walk, don't walk.
They wait fine.
Right. He didn't even have a paper.
Look at that bum Oscar today. I got a call into Cousin Lou in Detroit. He's the head of the family. Let's figure out some way to get Oscar home. By the way, where's our guest of honor at this moment?
That's fair.
He's in bed.
12 o'clock nearly? And that deadbeat is still up there sawing wood?
Maybe he's tired.
Sawing wood is another way of saying counting sheep are sleeping.
Maybe the man has a problem. Maybe he isn't well.
Oh, he's well, all right. After the third flush, he was doing it to spite me.
So he's been flushing the toilet a lot?
It could be insomnia. Some people listen to water to help them fall asleep.
Okay. Not toilet water, usually.
I'm gonna tell it 32 times to help himself go to sleep, Edith.
Right?
Does sound complicated when you think about it.
Yeah, you could just run the tap.
Butt out of the conversation. His whole being here is your fault anyhow.
Okay.
Now, will you vacate that chair, Meathead?
It's better than chair.
Showed up at our front door looking so desperate.
He's your cousin, Archie. How could I say no?
You could say no.
This way, Edith. No.
Archie could have said no.
Maybe we'll all feel better if we had breakfast now.
Oh, yeah, good. I'm starving.
Yeah, me too. Shouldn't we tell Oscar we're eating?
Breakfast at 12 o'clock. Brunch.
Oh, he won't go hungry. Right after he went to bed with your sports section, I took him up a little something.
Edith, I'm the married guy here, and I don't get my breakfast in bed.
Right.
It was just a poached egg and some prunes.
That ain't the point what it is, Edith.
Don't give him prunes, he'll be using the bathroom again.
And if there's anything that guy don't need, it's prunes.
Told you.
Hey, Arch, how long you felt this way about Oscar?
Oh, forever. He was 6 years older than me. He was always this big hunk with a whole lot of red hair and earlobes as big as apricots. And all kinds of warts. And when we was kids, he was always chasing me on the grass and knocking me down and sitting on my face.
Wow.
That's it?
Ain't that enough?
Right.
You mean all he ever did was sit on your face on the grass?
Sometimes on the cement.
Oh, yeah, I've seen eggs get cooked on cement.
Isn't Oscar related to you anyway, Daddy?
Oh, who knows? Like,
Your sister Alma had a brother Phil.
wait a minute, Edith. Why do you say my sister Alma had a brother Phil?
My brother would be Phil then.
Sister had a brother Phil, and I had a brother Phil too.
Right.
Well, sure. But it's that way in every family, like my sister Helen is also my sister Gertrude.
Oh, stifle it, will I understand.
That's more confusing than the Spaceballs reference.
Before you die, there is something you should know about us, Lone Star.
What?
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
Supplements.
He don't need no supplements. The guy eats as much as all of us put together.
Right.
Edith, I got no appetite anymore. Somebody get me a cigar.
Right away.
Oh, let me do it, Ma.
Get your own dang cigars, dude.
When I went shopping, there was on his food order.
His food order. Edith, these vitamins cost the moon.
Right.
This was on a food order.
Oh, nothing. Just the regular. Meat, fruit, liquor.
Liquor.
You bought him liquor?
You only had rye. He wanted brandy.
Oh, yeah, the reason why we have rye is because brandy costs more.
Just look a little hard, little girl, will you? Don't use your eyes over there. Edith, what do we got going here? Brandy, who do I look like, the Duke of Windsor?
Probably smoked his cigars, too.
Edith, let me see the rest of the food order.
Oh, I don't have it. I think I threw it away.
What do you mean you think you threw it away? A, you did, or B, you didn't. Pick one.
I think I'll pick A.
Aren't any cigars here?
She says there are no cigars there. Edith, what happened to my cigars?
He probably smoked them all.
I guess you better ask Oscar.
Oh, boy.
Oscar don't smoke cigars.
He does now.
Oh, well,
Oh, boy.
do it. I'm going to get rid of that freeloader today, right now. Mike, go up and tell him.
I ain't gonna do it.
Not my pig, not my farm.
And you two, come on, clear off the table, huh? Come on.
Oh, well, maybe we better wait.
Why?
What for, Edith?
Well, it's almost his lunchtime and his steak is already defrosting.
Wow.
Edith, put that steak back in the freezer. It's probably big enough for the four of us. We can have it for New Year's Eve.
Right.
He ain't gonna have time for no lunch anyway, because I'm gonna get rid of Cousin Oscar in post and in haste.
You mean post-haste?
Tell you something, family feeling can go just so far. And you gotta grab the bull by the corns and heave-ho.
By the corns.
Well, did you get him up? Is he coming down here?
Oh, no.
No,
What do you mean, no? You didn't get him up or he ain't coming down?
Both.
both.
Oh, no. I know what's gonna happen.
He's dead.
What?
Wow.
He's dead.
What are you telling me a thing like that for?
'Cause he is.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No. Wait.
Now he feels bad about saying all that junk about his cousin. That's a great way of having a special guest that you never have to pay.
Well, he sat on my face again? He's got relations in 16 cities, but he's got to pick my attic to die in.
Right.
Oscar down yet, Oscar?
No, he ain't. Edith, say nothing to your mother-in-law. She can't handle these things. She flies all to pieces.
Wow.
Where's Oscar?
In bed.
He hasn't moved.
Meathead goes somewhere.
Don't get hysterical,
I
huh?
think there's something wrong with Oscar.
Now, don't go up there.
Why not?
Wait, just...
There's nothing wrong with him. He's just dead now.
He wins! There's no reason to get hysterical at a time like this. What we don't need is a lot of screaming and crying.
Will you please? Tui is just dummy up, huh? I got something to tell you.
Oscar's dead, isn't he?
Wow. She's pretty smart.
Why couldn't you wait for me to tell you?
Ma, what'll we do?
Call the coroner.
I will call the doctor
Right. Well, coroner.
so we can move the body.
Jeez. Oh, boom mic. I just saw a boom mic.
Lou, I was calling you for something before, but now it's something else I got to tell you. Anyway, get ready for a little bad news.
Wow.
Cousin Oscar's dead here.
Yeah. That's always the hard part, is telling people that they die.
No, he was closest to your end of the family out there, and I think you're legally responsible for the body.
Okay.
What do you mean possession is 9/10 of the law?
Wow. He doesn't have to deal with the funeral cost, is what it is.
I mean, I'm only a second cousin. You're a face now. You got to help this thing. You call other people.
Right.
Lou in the trade. He's taking up a collection amongst the relations out there.
Maybe.
Well, Fred, just do what you can and get back to me, huh? Fast. I'll wait for the call. Yeah. Goodbye. You crumb.
You crumb. Small person.
By entrusting your beloved to a neighborhood mortuary, you're gonna come out smelling like a rose.
Okay.
Whitehead, how much?
Farmer Whitehead Brothers wants to create a beautiful and lasting memory picture of the loved one.
Whitehead Brothers. I thought he was just being rude.
Undertakers sound like Mother's Day cards.
Mrs. Bunker, we say funeral directors now. You're not supposed to say undertakers anymore.
Right.
Oh, like the mafia.
Stop.
All right, here's we got the 329L Arch. We call it the Patriot. Now, the motif is early American, as you can see.
Motif. Wow. Can't you just do a cremation or something? It's cheaper.
How much?
What's the difference how much, Archie? Gee, Mr.
Are you putting out the money, meathead?
What was you saying?
Well, I just think this whole thing is barbaric. It's like some kind of circus.
You said it.
Donate the body to science. They'll use the bones.
Now, how much you going to charge me for that flag number, huh?
$325.
$325 just for a box?
That was a lot back then.
Get Arch, his home through eternity.
The man couldn't care less about a home when he was living. I'm supposed to give him a home to eternity?
Right. You could do cremation. Donate it to science.
Looking at them things. Will you go over and pick something out, huh? From the back of the book.
From the back of the book. Wow.
Jefferson, how are you?
Mr. Bunker, I came as soon as I heard the news.
Mrs. Jefferson. They haven't moved on up yet.
His death untimely.
Yeah, around lunchtime.
Wow. Yeah, right before you ate.
Edith, we got people coming. Try and get an apron on her. Maybe they'll think she's the maid.
Oh. Wow.
Jim lost his father 3 years ago last month. It was a beautiful service.
$926.
Everyone's always worried about how much it cost.
Did you do the job on Jim McNabb's old man about 2 years ago?
Jim McNabb's father.
$926.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh, he knew.
The important thing is when you walk away from that cemetery after a Whitehead funeral, you're gonna be able to hold your head up high.
Eh.
Time for a little plain talk. Can a guy buy something such as used?
Used?
You got any floor models, demonstrators, fleet job?
Well, okay, that's a little different than used.
Then is something modestly priced.
Cheap white.
Right. She'll stop crying once he mentions that they need to help put stuff in. Some money into helping out.
Did he suffer long? Was it terrible?
He didn't suffer at all. He died. He just died.
Who are you?
I'm your cousin's uncle's mother's roommate.
Cousin Bertha.
Cousin Bertha.
She's a debt in the family that come crawling out of the woodwork.
Mr. Bunker, do you think the funeral will be in the morning? I usually do my shopping in the morning.
Well, I'll keep it in mind. Maybe we can pass the market on the way.
It's like, why would you do shopping? There's going to be food at the funeral reception.
Billy Hartfeld, how did you find out?
Well, Kenny's wife told my old lady.
Oh, him. I know him. He's the dad in Home Improvement. At least that's where I officially know him, first know him from. But he was in a movie, Christmas with the Cranks, with Tim Allen as well.
Gee, it's the Reverend Felcher.
Good night, nice. Hold it, Whitehead.
Oh, look, it's Reverend Felcher. We finally get to see him.
I know that mere words cannot substitute for your loss.
Well, you can say that again, Reverend.
Page 8. Now, it's the lowest one we got, number 101P, 9750. But there's no guarantee against warping.
Sold.
Right. Against warping. It's not like it's Louisiana where they're underwater, technically, or under sea level. And you have to put weights on the casket so they don't float.
No, Debbie Marie, I don't want to guess how old you are.
Probably pretty young.
Look, kid, this is a long-distance call. I don't give a damn how old you are. Get your old man on the phone! I know it's Debbie Marie's birthday. Look, Freddie, I don't want to guess her age. I've done that already. Freddie, now don't get off the line, Fred. There he goes. What a crumb.
Everyone's a crumb, apparently.
Talk to you for a second.
What?
I think I figured something out here. I've been doing some checking up, and I think I figured out a way it won't cost you a penny.
Oh, really?
Well, you see, a cousin is not like a brother or a sister. I mean, there may be a moral obligation, but there's no legal one. So if you want, all you have to do is call the coroner's office. They'll go over to Whitehead's, pick up the body, and then dispose of it.
Huh.
I already sent him to makeup.
We'll pay for the makeup.
Wow.
Will they pay for the funeral?
Well, that's just it. There is no funeral. See, they just put him in the ground in a place they call Potter's Field.
Huh. That's gonna probably piss off all the other cousins, but they didn't want to pitch in, so...
Whitehead, you heard what I said? Put your folders away.
Yeah, I heard you, Archie, but your friends and relatives didn't. I'm waiting to hear you tell them.
Well, you're going to hear me tell them right now.
Right. They're gonna make you have a funeral.
Archie, listen. Don't you see, funerals ain't for the dead.
Right.
They're for the living.
Right.
Well, we've been through things just as bad.
When, Edith?
Well, then we've been pretty lucky, ain't we?
What do you want me to do? Spend over $600 on a funeral for a cousin who used to sit on my face?
He'll never do it again.
Of course not. I would hope not.
Now, folks, what I want to tell you is...
The Reverend's like, Don't do it. It's $97. Come on.
You better make it Friday. They're negotiating right now, but the gravediggers may go on strike Friday midnight.
Friday, everybody.
Well, thank heavens that's over with.
Right.
Boy, what a travesty.
It was nice, wasn't it?
It's not what travesty means.
How they played together all those years
Mom, what are you talking about? What do you mean how they played together? All Oscar ever did was knock Archie down and sit on his face.
Where'd all those people come from?
Yeah, what made so many people show up?
Are you kidding? When Archie Bunker gives a funeral...
Everyone shows up.
People show up.
Right. And that is it. Let's talk about it. Alright guys, so that was All in the Family Season 2, Episode 1. And it was a real interesting one, if I do say so myself, which is kind of hard, because Archie, overall, is usually pretty interesting, but this is the first time we've dealt with the dead. So, yes, if you've ever had someone pass, you know the difficulties, not only emotionally, but financially. If they weren't prepared, and no, I'm not going to give you guys any spiel on MetLife or any of that kind of stuff. That's not really what I'm going for. But it would be good if you had some end-of-life preparation, or at least know what you want when you do pass, so that way, especially as you get older, that way if something does end up happening or you pass naturally, your family knows what to do with you. Having a living will or just something on paper that people will know to use will help out, because it'll let them know, hey, I want to be buried, donate my body to science, donate, whatever, bits and bobs. You can do different things with the body after it's done. Some people go that route. Some people want to be buried, cremated, etc. There are a few places that are technically donated to science or forensics, where they have the bodies put in a field and they let them just naturally decay. And then the people who are learning about the bodies, and I know it sounds morbid, but they donated their body to this thing. That way the forensic people can learn, okay, this is what it looks like this many, hours, days, months, etc. post-mortem. So they can go and see the bodies and look at how the body changes over time. And I know it's kind of a weird concept, but it does help out with the process, and you do learn better because you're actually seeing and potentially smelling, which isn't a great thing, but at least you're seeing the post-mortem thing, so you can actually help other people figure out who killed somebody or what it looks like post-mortem. So you'll know, okay, well, this looks about like 6 hours, 8 hours, 6 weeks, whatever it is, and you can learn that way, which hands-on is better than using like a dummy or something, or just being told, because you can actually see it yourself and be like, okay, I can kind of figure this out based on the signs of things. They can also do ones where they're donated to science and they know that they're going to have to like do things to the body to make it look like maybe there's bruising or something on it. That way they can investigate and kind of figure out what happened. Different things like that. I'm not sure if they actually do that, but that is one option that I think they may have. And I know for a lot of people that's very morbid, but the soul's not in the body anymore. It's just a shell. Like, that's at least how I believe. I believe that you have a spirit. The spirit moves on. Heaven and hell. Things like that. If you're Buddhist, it goes into another body, which I'm not going to go into any spiritual theological debates on, what happens to you after you die. What you believe is what you believe. What I believe is what I believe, and that's great. Now, the idea of it is, what do you do with the body? Well, that's why I say, hey, the best thing for you to do is to get a will or write it down and say, hey, I want my body cremated. I want to be put, in a casket in the ground. That's great. I did mention that in, I believe, Louisiana, they're under sea level. So I think during, I believe, Katrina, some of the coffins were actually popping up out of the ground because the water level was so high. So they typically now encase them in, they put them in the hole, and then they encase the casket in concrete so they don't typically pop up out of the ground, which is better than having floating caskets as you're getting flooded. So it's a lot less creepy than that. So pretty interesting ideas here. He wasn't really sad to see his cousin or his second cousin pass, and he was definitely more worried about the money situation. I guess that is what it is. I can't really say so much on his morality or lack thereof, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but it would be nice if you had family and they all kind of pitched in if you didn't have it set aside, which I do suggest having something set aside, or at least a will, so people know what to do with you when unfortunately it does happen. We aren't going to live forever, so it's good to be prepared for that. I know it's a sad subject, but I had family members that have passed throughout the last few years, and knowing how to handle that, not just emotionally, but also financially, is a good thing to know what they want, and how you can afford to do that and how they can afford to do that is a really good thing to think about. Also, if you are having some issues with the death itself, you can go and see counselors, which, it's not a big deal. Counselors, therapists, whatever you want to call them, they are trained to deal with you and your grief or your anger issues or whatever the thing is that you're dealing with while you go through this motion. And even if you don't have a passing, just going to them is a good idea anyways, because I'd rather you go to a therapist than not and have something bad happen. So with that being said, enough with the sad talk. This episode was personally pretty funny because Archie is just such a curmudgeon. He calls everyone a crumb, and he's kind of a cheapskate, so that was hilarious. I know that some people don't like levity in sad, serious situations as of death, but I think for this show it kind of makes sense because Archie is Archie, and the characters in it are the characters in it, so it makes sense, and it's still pretty funny even though you're dealing with death. So with that being said, guys, I hope you liked this episode. If you do, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay. Go ahead and give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more videos, there will be one or two playlists and maybe a video popping up right here for you. Somewhere around here. If you want to subscribe to the channel and get notified when I make more stuff, there will be one popping up here somewhere. And if you guys aren't quite ready to subscribe and hit that little subscribe button,
don't worry about it. You're still in good shape. All you got to do is just tap it in. Just tap it in.
Don't worry about it. There will be videos at the end for you to select and give me another try and check out maybe season 1 of All in the Family. So with that being said, I want to thank all of you for getting this far in the video. Of course, I want to thank all of my subscribers, and we will see you next time. Peace.